This week's video is sponsored by Pino's Palette Norman. My boss gave me beads and a t-shirt and it was great, so it's nice when they line up. First, I'm going to use tape and just tape off where I want my strips to stop. So I chose the end of the Smiths because I thought it would look nice. It's going to go into the words a bit, but not too bad. And then the same thing on the back. Just make sure that it lines up with the front so that all the strips are even through the back. For the neckline, I'm just going to mark with tape where I want to cut it. So in my case, I did 5 fingers from left and right sides and then 3 fingers from the center. Now I'm just cutting above the tape line. I'm using long, slow cuts so that way it doesn't look too jagged. And I also pull the shirt tight. Before cutting the strips, I would definitely cut the hem of the bottom and the sleeves. I had to do it after I cut the strips and it was just a pain in the butt, but it makes it easier to put on the beads later. When it comes to cutting the strips, I just measured 2 fingers between strips and then just cut it. So that's about 1/2 inch. If you want to be exact, you could use like a ruler or a measuring tape, whatever, but I feel like for this, it's okay. I'm also doing long, slow cuts and pulling the material tight so that way it will cut even, because if you let it just be loosey-goosey, it'll get real ragged, so be careful of that. Then I just flip it over and do the exact same thing to the back. Now I'm going to take all the strips that I just cut and cut them in half. Same kind of thing, just slowly, long cuts so that way it's not jagged and gross, pulling it tight. Then flip it over and cut the back strips in half. On to the sleeves. I'm going to cut 1/2 inch strips like before, 2 fingers apart, and it is to the hem of the sleeve. Then I'm going to do the back side of the sleeve and also cut all of those strips in half. And let's do it again. time to put some beads on it. So I'm just pulling the strips tight, putting a couple beads on, and then tying a knot. I'm alternating blue and white because I think it looks cool, but ultimately you can do whatever color you want. Once you're done putting beads on the front row, you'll just flip it up and then start doing beads on the back row. And then also you'll put beads on your sleeves. This was a fun, easy way to add some pizzazz to a concert t-shirt, because everything's better if you put some beads on it. This would be great for a music festival or a concert, or just everyday wear. Rock on, guys! Thank you so much for watching Wednesdays We Craft. This week we made a Rockin T-shirt, so it was pretty fun. Like I said, my boss asked me to make up instructions, and then, you know, I got to use it for Wednesdays We Craft, so a double whammy, which is pretty exciting. But I love it. Not only is it cool, but it makes sounds when you walk. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. I don't like to show my midriff, so I'm wearing a tank top underneath it, but you know, if you have that confidence, you go. So I would love to see your t-shirts if you make them. Please put it in the Facebook, which is a group. It's Wednesdays We Craft. I'd love for you to join and we can talk about fun, crafty things. So yeah, also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next week.